laying around your house or something on your mantle that you just love. You're not sure how much it's worth. It's worth a lot to you, but it may not be worth a lot to this lady because she really does know her stuff. I've got PhD Antiques Appraiser, Dr. Lori. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm happy to be here.
Now, Dr. Lori, we first want to start with this Dr. Mario game I've got over here. Some old school Nintendo. What can this go for?
Old school Nintendo and any of these old Atari games, they're making a big surge in the market right now. It dates between 1982 and about 1985. Value on this whole complete set, about $500.
Oh, nice.
Most of the games you can pick up for about $50 to $75 a piece. But then again, remember, you have to be able to play it. It has to be in good shape, so it has to work. But this one works, and that's what you're looking for.
DK252, yeah. Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest games ever. Now, these little masks, I don't know, wall hangings are actually from my grandfather's house.
Let's look at the back.
My mom says she remembers my grandfather coming home with these in the 60s from when he was in Asia.
That's
Korea.
exactly right. So you're going to see these coming back after the Korean War in the mid-50s, after the Vietnam War as well. I want you to see what they basically are. Is they're a ceramic with an overlay of composition matter, looks like plaster of Paris, and then they're just spray painted. And you can see them. So high quality, high value. These are of middle quality, right? Many people have exoticism. It's called the exoticism movement in the 1960s. It's making a big revival right now because you're seeing that idea of mid-century modern being of interest.
Yes.
So value on these about $75, $50 to $75 a piece.
Fantastic. Thanks, Mom, for sending them to me and not keeping them for yourself.
That's right.
Now, this stuff over here looks very fancy and ornate. Does that come with a fancy price tag?
From the 1940s, these particular pieces, this of course is for your perfume. This is from the 1940s, trying to look like the 1890s. So it's Victorian revival. Value on those are going to be just about $35 a piece.
Okay, so how can you tell that it's trying to look like another era? It's this era trying to look like another era.
Well, see, that's where that PhD comes in.
That whole education.
Yeah, you know, helps. But basically, the way any of you can tell is look for very, very feminine pieces. Look for pieces that relate to and look like that high style monarchical style, the style of the queens, for example, and this being Victorian. Pieces like this are also from the 1940s to the 1950s because everybody likes a music box.
Oh, wow.
Right?
A bowl that plays music.
Right. So it's basically get a piece of fruit and the Viennese
Dinner
wall.
and a show.
Dinner and a show. Very good. Value on this is about $15. Lots of people have those. These are reproductions of Royal
I was going to say, at first I thought they were like Hummels or something.
These are not the real thing. The real Royal Copenhagen pieces like this, about $750.
Ooh.
These are their $15 counterparts.
Yes.
So, and then everybody has a pocket watch, so I don't want to miss it. The pocket watches are very nice. When you open up the back of the pocket watch, I want you to look for the number of jewels. When you see the number of jewels, you then will have an understanding of how accurate the watch is. The higher the number of jewels, the more accurate the watch. So, the more accurate the watch, the more valuable the watch. This is a low 7-jewel watch, not that accurate, not that valuable.
No 7 jewels. All right.
We had some fun.
We did have some fun. I always love having you on. Thank you so much. I may not be richer with my masks here, maybe $150 for the pair, but I'm certainly richer with knowledge having you on every time. Thank you so much.
Good
and of course,
you.
If you want to learn more, you can go to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
All right, we're getting ready to talk to two ladies from Fort Myers, a mother and daughter who, get this, found out they were pregnant at the same time, and believe it or not, even gave birth on the same day. I'm so happy to welcome Destiny and her mother, Heather, to the show this morning. They are the mother and daughter duo who became famous in Ripley's Believe It or Not book, where they were recently featured. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
So 365 days in a year, and you decide to have babies on the same day. This is pretty incredible. I love this story, and I was saying to you as we were chatting during the break, father of the bride moment, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's just like a scene out of the movie. And kind of talk about your story. It's pretty funny how you actually found out each other was pregnant. I'll let you ladies start.
Well, I was working as a property manager, and Destiny come in to tell me the good news that she was pregnant. And I told her, I said, wouldn't it be funny if I was pregnant with you? And so she's like, well, I've got an extra test, because me and my husband were trying. And I was like, oh, all right, you know. And so she said that you could literally like hear me screaming, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant. So that was really awesome. And so we were excited then, and then we went for our first ultrasound. And that was when it began to be weird, because our ultrasound said that we both were due November 25th.
Oh my gosh.
Which is cooler
That's
because
crazy.
she's a Christmas baby, and then the babies every 7 years would have been Thanksgiving Day
Yeah.
babies. So how neat was that?
So you kind of you always wanted more kids, right?
Yes,
So you
yes.
decided to kind of explore that later in life.
Yeah,
Or?
like I thought that I'm 42 now. I was 40 at the time. That maybe I'd missed the bus. But me and my husband were like, well, if God gives it to us, then He will.
Yeah.
And sure enough, He did.
What
so.
was your reaction when you found out Mom was pregnant?
I was
At the same time.
I was kind of a little disappointed, but I mean, I was excited too.
But since then, it's been a pretty incredible journey, right? You said you were close before, and this really did bring you to even closer, right?
Oh, yeah.
It did, and it also gave, like with me being able to be at home, I've never got to do that. I didn't get to do it with her. I was an at-home mom, or I worked with her. So being that I was at home, I told her, I said, she's a licensed cosmetologist, and she really just didn't want to do hair no more. And I said, well, then go back to school.
Yeah.
Find something else. So she actually is now an official dental assistant.
Oh my gosh.
So she was able to go
congratulations.
back to school while I sat with the babies.
That's so much fun. And so now they're close, and they're actually about to turn 2.
Yes.
So you've got that running. So you are
I just turned 42,
42.
last Thursday.
I'm
Destiny.
22.
22.
And then the,
The
babies,
babies
will
are
be
2.
It's just crazy. And I mentioned Father of the Bride, and coincidentally, Steve Martin played in that movie, right? He was the star.
Yes.
Your dad's name is
It's
Steve
Steve
Martin.
Martin.
You can't make this up,
No,
right?
you just can't.
This is just unbelievable. Well, fast forward. Ripley's Believe It or Not actually got a hold of your story.
Yes.
And in the all-new Ripley's Believe It or Not book, you were actually featured on page 110 of this book. Yep.
We are.
Exciting. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you. Very exciting.
So how did they end up finding you, or what was that like?
I honestly don't know how they found us. I guess we're just that popular. And they called myself, and they were like, we want to feature you in our book. And I was like, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
go
well,
for
of
it.
course, yeah. So you're here with me now on the blend. What's next for you, Ellen? Maybe.
Oh,
I'm
I'd
thinking?
love some Ellen. We would definitely like to take this story national again, and just to end our year on a good note.
Oh my gosh, that would be so
It's a
exciting.
beautiful
Well, I'm
story.
pulling for you. I hope to see you guys there.
Thank you.
If you go, by the way, please take me with you.
I will take
course,
you with you, Stephanie.
Well, if somebody wants to learn more about your story, I'm sure you can pick up this Ripley's Believe It or Not. But again, pretty cool. 2 local ladies here, and
is.
you're just loving life, I'm guessing, with the
Yeah.
2
We
little rugrats running around
We
together.